With 3 takeouts, the Brown Bears lived longer than the Capital team behind Charlie McAvoy's last goal. Bruins 3 takeaways as the Bruins outlast the Capitals behind Charlie McAvoy's late goal. It was a big character win for us, coming off a tough game the other day. Matthew J. Lee/Globe staff by Ryan Ames. January 21, 2022 9:44 a.m. Facebook, Twitter, email. The Bruins didn't make the same mistake for the second game in a row in their 4-3 win over the Washington Capitals on Thursday at TD Garden. 2 days after a disastrous first period against the Carolina Hurricanes, the Bruins played much cleaner in the opening frame and continually improved as the game progressed to snatch their second consecutive victory over the Capital. David Pastrnak turned in another gem with 2 more goals, while Charlie McAvoy lit the lamp for the game winner on the power play with less than a minute left in regulation. Taylor Hall and David Pastrnak team up for the equalizer. Quite the feed from Hall. pic.twitter.com/DIYKN6WLWX. Connor Ryan. January 21, 2022 It was a big character win for us, coming off a tough game the other day. Pastrnak said afterward, "It was a good opportunity for us to bounce back and that was our main focus. Obviously, Washington is a really good team, and we knew it was going to be a challenge." Advertisement. Jake DeBrusk and Eric Haula joined Pastrnak on the multi-point list among Boston skaters. Linus Ullmark finished with 14 saves for his 14th win of the year. Yevgeny Kuznetsov, Lars Eller, and Nicklas Backstrom each registered a goal for Washington. Hey race. What we learned following Thursday's thriller on Causeway Street. The Bruins lost a pair of forwards to injury. Brad Marchand and Anton Blid both left Thursday's tilt with upper body injuries. Blid found himself on the wrong end of a booming hit from Capitals forward Tom Wilson in the first period, while Marchand took a cheap hit from Garnet Hathaway in the corner during the second. Garnet Hathaway with a cheap hit on Brad Marchand. pic.twitter.com/ZNWMerlefNG. Blake Thorne. January 21, 2022 Marchand tried to return but was in noticeable pain on the bench following Hathaway's hit. Marchand was in some discomfort after the hit from Hathaway. Went down the tunnel, returned, and then went back to the room. Not great. pic.twitter.com/T3TZWRNFBH. Patrick Donnelly. January 21, 2022 I didn't like it all, head coach Bruce Cassidy said. The official was right there in front of it and didn't call it. The trail official called it. I'm not sure why the guy watching it didn't. Hit a guy in the numbers in a vulnerable spot. Seen that from that player in the past, too, so I didn't like that one at all. Both injuries allowed DeBrusk and Nick Foligno to spend some time on the top line with Bergeron and Craig Smith. DeBrusk, in particular, took advantage of his opportunity as he set up McAvoy for the go-ahead goal and also nearly scored on a breakaway earlier in the contest. Advertisement. He was flying tonight. He was flying. He was all over the ice, McAvoy said of DeBrusk. I know he had one breakaway, but it really seemed like he was pushing the pace. When he has his legs, he's a dangerous player. He's the fastest guy on the ice pretty much any given night. Marchand leads the Bruins in points and goals. Simply put, losing Marchand out for an extended time would provide a significant hit to Boston's offense. Special teams shined once again, serving up second. pic.twitter.com/BR1RGW6L0D. Boston Bruins. January 21, 2022 The Bruins scored twice on the man advantage and killed off all 4 Washington power plays in a game that easily could have looked much different had the Capitals converted on any of their chances. Washington received the game's first 3 power plays but had nothing to show for it. With the score tied 1-1, the Bruins got their first shot up a man in the second period, and Pastrnak made Washington pay with a partial breakaway goal that beat Capitals goalie Vitek Vanecek for his second goal of the night. A Smith tripping penalty later in the second provided Washington with its last power play attempt. Once again, even with the dynamic Alex Ovechkin, the Caps couldn't solve Boston's penalty kill. Nick Dowd's trip on Derek Forbort with less than 3 minutes remaining set the scene for McAvoy's snipe from the slot on Boston's final opportunity with the man advantage. Charlie McAvoy with the game-winning goal. pic.twitter.com/TLVJLIH8VO. Connor Ryan. January 21, 2022 I came right off the bench, Did a little bit of a scissor with Hall there. Great job by him to get going there, McAvoy said. He got up, made a good play too, a 2-on-1 at the blue line, then my momentum kind of took me up that lane. It was something we talked about before the game that might be open there, so it was a great play buy time. Buy time, and I had a feeling he was going to see me. Advertisement, following their timely special teams moments. The Bruins now sit 8th in the NHL on the power play with a 25% conversion rate, and 9th on the penalty kill at 82.5%. Linus Ullmark didn't have his best in a slow night. Ullmark didn't have the busiest night as Washington fired only 17 shots on net. However, the 3 goals he allowed weren't exactly miraculous plays from the Capitals. Kuznetsov's game-opening marker was more of a defensive breakdown as the Washington centerman walked right in from the near half wall and roofed it past Ullmark just 4:07 into the game. Nothing but net from an impressive angle. Well done, QZ. Triangular ruler pic.twitter.com/8kfnjcgzxh. NHL January 21, 2022. The second goal was a bit of a broken play that saw Eller throw a seemingly harmless shot from the top of the faceoff dot that Ullmark missed. The puck looked to have bounced out of the Boston netminder's glove and over his head to tie things up at 2-2 in the second. El Tigre pic.twitter.com/6u6bbcjh7n. Washington Capitals January 21, 2022. Backstrom's goal in the third came less than a minute after DeBrusk's strike, with Ullmark looking a tad late squaring up to the shot following a turnover from below the goal line. St. Nick gets his first of the season. pic.twitter.com/xerzarso4j. Washington Capitals January 21, 2022. Again, the Capitals weren't pelting Ullmark all night as Boston's defense stepped up after the 7-1 debacle 2 nights prior. Just 3 Washington players managed more than 1 shot on goal. Yet, Ullmark extended his winning streak to 7 straight in games and hasn't lost once in the month of January. While it wasn't the Swedish stopper's sharpest outing, it was also far from his worst night. Get the latest Boston sports news. Receive updates on your favorite Boston teams straight from our newsroom to your inbox. Submit your email, enter your email address, sign up. Jump to comments, be civil, be kind, read our full community guidelines.